Well, hey there, basketball fans. It's time for another episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. We're going to break down postseason action tonight on this special Wednesday night edition of Muddy Night Hoops. This will be our final show of the season as we're wrapping things up. We are down to only a handful of teams still playing. Quincy Notre Dame girls will play at the state Class 3A state tournament this weekend. And then we have Quincy High School boys and Canton boys still alive in their respective state tournaments, state tournament series. And Brown County is currently playing right now as we get set to go live here at 8 o'clock. So plenty to talk about. We're going to break down some of the state tournament action, some of the postseason paths, and we'll have some special guests with us here in studio and on the Hess Auto Hotline. So make sure you check us out. We are coming up, nearing the 8 o'clock hour as we get set to break things down. And once again, we will talk to Quincy High School boys basketball coach Andy Douglas. He will join us in studio. Canton boys basketball coach Dalton Armantrout will join us on the Hess Auto Hotline, as will Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball coach Eric Orne. And then we also will be joined by Raider Sports Network play-by-play announcer Eric Irvin. He will be calling the Class 3A state tournament this weekend at Redbird Arena, or on the Illinois State University campus. I keep calling it Redbird Arena. I'm going to call it Redbird Arena forever. I know they technically have changed the name. It's still Redbird Arena. Get it together, Illinois State University. It should always be Redbird Arena. Anyway, plenty to talk about tonight, so make sure you come back in 10 minutes. We will go live at 8 o'clock to break down the prep basketball scene here on another episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. Welcome to another episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio as we break down the prep basketball scene, which is getting closer and closer and closer to the end. It's crazy to think that we are down to just a handful of teams remaining from our area. The fact of the matter is we are in state tournament play. The Quincy Notre Dame girls will play in the state semifinals this week on Thursday. Quincy High School boys and Canton boys will both be playing on Friday night. The Quincy High School boys in a sectional championship game. The Canton boys in the state quarterfinals in Missouri. We still have one other team playing tonight. Brown County is playing Brown County boys currently in the sectional semifinals at North Green. And they are losing here at the start of the fourth quarter, 40-26 to Metro East Lutheran out of Edwardsville. So we'll give you an update as that winds up here in a few minutes. Brown County scoreless in the first quarter tonight. Tough start for the Hornets. They've hung in there pretty good after that. So we'll see if they can. They've got one more push left in them to see if they can get back in this game. But again, we're at the end of the basketball season, which is hard to believe that when we started this little more than 10 weeks ago, we launched this show. Felt like we had a whole season ahead of us, and here we are at the end of it. It's been a fun run. It's been a fun ride. We got plenty to talk about tonight. We will be joined on the Hess Auto Hotline by Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball coach Eric Orne and Dalton Armantrout, the Canton boys basketball coach, as well as Eric Irvin, who is the play-by-play announcer for the Raider Sports Network. He will be calling the Class 3A state tournament this weekend at Redbird Arena in Normal, Illinois on the Illinois State University campus. And then we will also have an in-studio guest, Andy Douglas, Quincy High School boys basketball coach, will be joining us to break down the Blue Devils sectional championship affair with Normal Community, a rematch of last year's sectional title game that ended with a 44-43 loss for the Blue Devils, a game that none of them have forgotten, a game they are certainly ready to avenge. And I can't wait for Friday night. I'm going to be at Virgil Fletcher Gym in Collinsville covering the Blue Devils. It's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere. Tuesday night's atmosphere when the Blue Devils beat Alton was great. You had two teams that brought a ton of fans. It got loud. It got warm. It was what you expect out of a Class 4A sectional game, especially one involving a tradition-rich Quincy program. But the Quincy fans showed up. You know they're going to show up Friday night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think this is the matchup. I think either way, because it was Rock Island against Normal Community in the other semifinal. I think either way, that matchup was going to be the Friday night matchup was going to be something special because it was either Rock Island, which beat Quincy in their final regular season game and denied the Blue Devils a chance to finish the Western Big Six Conference season undefeated. So you had a matter of revenge there, and now it's Normal Community, which you have the matter of revenge from last year. This is the third time in 4 years these two teams have met in the sectional title game. They've split so far. Quincy won in 2022, went on to play in the super sectional at Redbird Arena, and then Normal Community won last year, went on to play in the state title game. So good things ahead for whoever wins this game. And I know Andy Douglas and the Blue Devils are putting everything they have into preparing for this. A lot of watching of game film, a lot of just, doing everything it takes to make sure they are prepared for this because this one matters. It's personal. It isn't just preparing for a game. It's the sting of last year still exists. And it was interesting talking to the players after Tuesday night's game about that and about how they're approaching this and how they want to handle things on Friday night. And I thought one of the things Milton Whitfield said afterward, the junior guard who comes off the bench, was they knew what was ahead on Friday night, but they couldn't look past Alton last night to get there. So the effort and energy that went into beating Alton has to be duplicated on Friday night against Normal Community. And it was just a very mature way of looking at it. And again, they're playing at Virgil Fletcher Gym on the Collinsville High School campus. Blue Devils are 5-0 in that gym this year. They've had a ton of success, this senior class has. You think about it, they played in the tournament title game of the Collinsville Prairie Farms Holiday Classic 3 consecutive years, winning it this year. They've already won a sectional title in their careers at Virgil Fletcher Gym. That was when they were freshmen. They know how to win there. I think it's a big advantage for them. Much in the same way that I think Quincy Notre Dame girls have an advantage going to the Class 3A state tournament, where they will take on Lombard Montini at 8:15 Thursday night in the Class 3A state semifinals. The Raiders beat Mount Vernon 55-54 on Monday in the Taylorville Super Sectional to earn this will be the 9th trip to the state tournament in Eric Orne's, I believe, 23 years as head coach. And this is their 3rd time in 4 years. So Sage Stratton, who's a senior, started on the 2022 team that won a state title. She started on the 2023 team that finished 3rd place in Class 2A. And now she's led a team back to the state tournament for the 3rd time in 4 years. Ari Bueller, Jenna Durst were both freshman starters on the team that finished 3rd. Tristan Pieper played a significant role off the bench in that game, or for that team. And they've been at Redbird Arena a lot over the years. So I don't think there's anything that's going to surprise them. There's nothing that's going to shock them when they walk in the gym and you look around. And again, that is my favorite college facility in the state. And I know a lot of people will say State Farm Center, and I know one of my guests coming up later, the big Illini fan that Andy Douglas is, and understandably so. His uncle played there. Everybody's favorite, Bruce Douglas. But Redbird Arena, to me, is the best college facility, at least the one I enjoy the most, here in the state of Illinois. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what Quincy Notre Dame can do in that environment this weekend. Again, the Class 3A state tournament takes place semifinals on Thursday night. Notre Dame is the last game of the night. Washington will play Chicago St. Ignatius at 6:30 in the first semifinal on Thursday. Quincy Notre Dame will take on Lombard Montini at 8:15, the second semifinal. The losers of those 2 games will play in the 3rd place game on Friday night at 7:45. The winners of the semifinals will play for the state title at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So you have Championship Saturday, where they'll contest all 4 state title games, the title games in all 4 of the state classes. So Notre Dame would play in the 6 o'clock game, should it get there. I love the change they made. Instead of making teams play twice in one day and rush through the 3rd place games. Give everybody a chance to experience the state tournament weekend. You've earned that right. You've earned the chance to be there and be there more than one day. So I think that's a really positive move by the Illinois High School Association in revamping the schedule. I'm still not sure the schedule works the way everybody would want it to, but it's better. It's better than it was 2 years ago. At least now the experience will be better. And I know in talking with Quincy Notre Dame coach Eric Orne, they were hoping they went today to Bloomington Normal, and I hope they were hoping to try to maybe sneak in a little bit, maybe get into Redbird Arena today, just walk around, soak in some of the atmosphere, make sure they're ready for Thursday. And they've done a great job of that over the years. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We will have complete coverage of that at muddyriversports.com. My guy Shane Holsey will be there covering that on Thursday night. I will be watching the game online from here in my home office while I work on some other things, because we also have the Quincy University women playing in the GLVC tournament on Friday night. We've got Quincy High School playing on Friday night, Canton playing on Friday night. So a lot of things happening, a lot of good things happening for our area teams. So we'll keep you updated throughout. Make sure you go to our website, muddyriversports.com, to check out. We'll have stories, photo galleries, updates. We're going to try to run the gamut and make sure we bring you the best coverage we possibly can of everything happening, which means we will be going to every one of these games. We'll have somebody at every one of these games moving forward. So really looking forward to all of that and looking forward to talking to our guests coming up. With that in mind, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Eric Orne will be joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline. So make sure you stick around. This is Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Biggest tool sale of the year is back. The Walt Days at your local Farm Home Supply. Evan, what should people know about?
The Bear Tool BOGO is back once again. Buy any Bear Tool, get a free 5 amp hour battery. Buy 2 of those Bear Tools, get 2 batteries and a charger. We also have a new BOGO going on with our new Power Stack 8 amp hour battery.
And you get 40% off all power tools, accessories, and hand tools. And if you spend $250 in the Walt, we give you a $20 gift card for free in this. Saturday only, if you spend $25 in the Walt, you get this bucket for free. All the details at farmandhomesupply.com.
Grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. Number 1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman. We're going to head to the Hess Auto Hotline to talk with Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball coach Eric Orne as the Raiders get set for a state tournament appearance. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks very much, Matt. We're super excited to be here in Bloomington and excited for our game tomorrow night.
You got a lot going on in this, so I appreciate you taking a few minutes for us. How special is it for you, your program, your girls to make it back to Redbird?
It really didn't hit me till actually Sage grabbed me after the super sectional clock finally clicked down, and I was surprised by it, but it really set in that moment what it meant to all of us in our program. And after last year's kind of tough exit and what these girls went through with some tough games with Springfield and Decatur MacArthur, and just the work, like I said, the true work that these kids have put in, and leaving the locker room the other night, just some of the things they said about each other and as being teammates really meant a lot to me. And I think we're in a good spot right now.
I don't catch you smiling too often on the sideline, but I noticed the smile you let out and the excitement you showed in that hug with Sage was pretty special.
It was kind of the defining moment in a lot of my coaching career. Sage has obviously been with me since I started coaching her with the junior high teams in 6th grade, and we've been through a lot. She's been a hard worker and well deserving of her scholarship down in Drury, and she was part of that culture that Abby and Blair set up years ago, and she continues to be the captain of it.
This will be her 3rd state tournament appearance. You've got other girls, Ari Bueller and Jenna Durst, who started on the team 2 years ago. They got 3rd. You got quite a bit of experience going with you to Redbird Arena.
It is. It's we're really glad that and fortunate to have that. It makes a big difference. They kind of know the routine. We're going up obviously a day early just so they can hopefully sneak on the Redbird and just see the arena and get that first feel of it. And maybe go see a couple 2A games tomorrow before we play to get the atmosphere. But yeah, it's a big deal, and they'll be passing on that experience with the incoming freshmen and sophomores that we have.
I know how excited they are and the adrenaline rush they get walking into that arena. Do you remember the first time you took a team to that arena?
Yeah, 2008 with Chloe Barnes, Renita Bunny, and Hillary Obert. That group was a great group, and unfortunately, Nashville bit us there at the end. But yeah, being there the first time you walk down that tunnel, hearing the band, then you hearing your Q&D crowd start roaring when you enter the court for the first time. It's still a great moment. It's just you got to embrace it. That's the one thing I didn't do the first few times I was there was embrace it. But now you just try to take it all in.
Part of that comes with age too, doesn't it? As we get older, we tend to reflect a little more and embrace things a little more, don't we?
Absolutely. That's something I've learned to do and help my coaching career is just take a deep breath every now and then and make sure the kids are at the forefront of it all and they get to enjoy the moment. And just even the little things on the bus rides, the stops at Panera, just make sure that they're all getting, the great experience of it because it does go fast. It's a whirlwind when we wake up Thursday morning and it starts and it's gone in a flash. So, yeah, you've got to take a few moments to really just soak it in.
You had a big win against Muhammad Seymour in the sectional championship. And then you had a tough one against Mount Vernon in Monday's super sectional. Why were you able to pull that one out?
A lot about what we talked about earlier, just some maturity. We weren't hitting a lot of our shots, so 3-point shots there in the second and third quarters, but we got some big ones. Sage hit a huge one to tie it up there at 39.
Yep.
It goes back to we talk about this a lot, our huddle. Which was established years ago with Abby and Blair. They got to stick to that huddle and what's in our strength. So those moments and those timeouts, we came out stronger and composed. Ari Bueller comes out and makes a great tough shot there to get us going. And just those little plays like that just keep you going. And we're gonna need 5 or 6 or more of those against Montini on Thursday night.
Well, you hit big free throws down the stretch too. Hit 8 free throws in the final minute and a half. And they went up there and they shot him with confidence, didn't they?
They did. They had that great look in their eyes that they wanted to be at the free throw line and make those big shots for us. You could just tell they were relaxed and composed.
You're going to face Lombard Montini at 8:15 Thursday night. What do you know about Montini so far?
Their point guard is tremendous. Obviously, hopefully she'll go down and be with Abby Schreck in Mizzou next year, but she's a load. Every scouting report we've got is we've got to be able to stop her. They got some nice complement players. They're going to be very physical. They've played a tremendous schedule, obviously, up in the Chicago area. Their conference is incredibly tough. So they're going to be prepared for us, and we know that. We just got to make things difficult on them and try to get them uncomfortable, while at the same time we got to knock down some big outside shots because they're going to sag in against us a little bit and take everything away, especially probably Tristan.
Your team has been able to do those things this year. They've been able to play physical, especially with your guards. I know some of that comes with experience, but you got girls that just want to get after it, don't you?
We do, and when we've turned it up a notch, and Ari Bueller, our point guard, has a third gear, I call it.
Yeah.
And when she gets there, she's incredibly hard to stop, and we're going to need that little sprint out action that she's capable of on this weekend, and she can make some big plays for us. Sage knocking down some big shots, and Tristan's presence in the post is going to be big.
We can talk a lot about Sage, about Ari, about Tristan, about Jenna, but it's kind of your unsung heroes that make big plays that really help you. And I go back to Monday night and Lauren Hummel knocking down 2 3-pointers out of the gate. You got to have those, don't you?
You do. Those are just moments where someone else kind of steps up, and you talk about unsung heroes. Her knocking down those shots really gave us a lot of confidence. And then our bench play with Sierra Thomas, Ellie Bozart, and Marie Eversman, they just come up off the bench and give us a lot of energy and spark. Sierra's probably one of the top athletes we have at Q&D, but she's really just improved everything aspects that she does. That she's going to be a big lockup defender that we're going to throw at Lombard Martini on Thursday night.
Well, I know you guys got a lot to get ready for. I really appreciate you taking time to join us and have fun. Just enjoy this as much as you can.
We will. I've got a great co-pilot and my wife Tracy, so we'll certainly embrace this and make sure the girls have a lot of fun.
Good job remembering to mention her.
Oh yeah, without her, it's not the same.
She's pretty awesome, I will say that. So,
yeah.
Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Matt.
That was Coach Eric Orne, Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball team, as they head to Redbird Arena for the Class 3 State Final Four. We will be back with more here on Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Biggest tool sale of the year is back. The Walt Days at your local Farm and Home Supply. Evan, what should people know about?
The Bear Tool BOGO is back once again. Buy any Bear Tool, get a free 5-amp hour battery. Buy 2 of those Bear Tools, get 2 batteries and a charger. We also have a new BOGO going on with our new Power Stack 8-amp hour battery.
And you get 40% off all power tools, accessories, and hand tools. And if you spend $250 in the wallet, we give you a $20 gift card for free in this. Saturday only, if you spend $25 in the wallet, you get this bucket for free. All the details at farmandhomesupply.com.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Muddy Night Hoops is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships is the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Welcome back to Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman. We are in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio as we talk prep basketball tonight. I want to thank Coach Eric Orne for taking the time to join me on the Hess Auto Hotline as he prepares to take the UND girls basketball team to the Class 3A state tournament. Again, their game against Lombard Montini will be 8:15 Thursday night. And then they'll play either Friday night in the third place game or Saturday night in the state championship. So We'll have complete coverage at muddyriversports.com, just like we will of Friday night's Class 4A Collinsville Sectional Championship game between the Quincy High School boys basketball team and Normal Community. And to help me break that down, my in-studio guest, Quincy High School coach Andy Douglas. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, my man?
Thanks for coming in and
absolutely
hanging out for a while. I know you had a few things to do today. What did you say? You watched 8 game films?
At least.
Yeah.
At least. I think between all of us, with our coaching staff, it was probably around 20, 22. So
Monday or Tuesday night, you beat Alton 56-33 to win the sectional semifinal. I know we talked at that point. You didn't know who you were going to play,
right?
Because the Rocky Normal Community game had started at 7, where you started at 6.
Yep.
You found out shortly, not too long after you got on the bus, who you were going to play. Did you just say, okay, I'm going to take the bus ride home and relax? Or did you grab the iPad and start looking then?
Our guys were really loud, so no, I put my AirPods in and, we talked a little bit, the coaching staff, and talked with the players a little bit, and then got right back to work. Man, it's crazy. You think, I was thinking about this today. Back in the day, you'd play. I remember, you'd play in Pekin, and then on the way home, you'd have to make phone calls and hope that they were at home or whatever.
So
it's crazy.
So it's funny you bring that up because this popped in my head the other night, and you guys have done a really cool thing all year of making sure you're leaving the seat on the bench for our late buddy Tom Lepper.
Right.
You had a jersey laid on a chair on the bench Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you'll do that Friday night.
Absolutely.
One of the things on Friday nights, especially Friday nights in Western Big Six, because some of those nights, especially if we were on the road, I would go to the Moline Dispatch's offices to write my story and stuff, or jump in the vehicle with Chuck Mann if he was driving and we'd do some work. Inevitably, and starting way back, Lep would call me. And then it became more text message and stuff. Wanted to know if I had found Western Big Six conference scores.
Right.
Because you couldn't go to Twitter or social media.
It wasn't out there.
And that popped up in my head the other night. I was thinking about all those road trips and thinking about, how those phone calls and I always looked forward to those on Friday nights.
Yeah. No, it's weird because, when I started out as an assistant, I remember we played at Pekin, Belleville East, I think it was.
Yeah.
And won, and then was on the bus, and it's like, okay, we got to try to find, who am I going to call? And then I remember the next day having to, take a day off, and I drove to Edwardsville to meet with Mike Waldo at Edwardsville, sat down at Denny's restaurant, and he handed over VHS films.
Yep.
And it's like, here, take these and use them how you need. But, now it's live, we're able to get Wi-Fi on the bus, and got a chance to watch not only the second half, but 3 games that they played on the way home. So it made the trip go a little quicker.
Your guys were a little loud on the bus. Nah, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, they tend to be a lot louder on the bus than they are on the court at times. It drives me insane. But no, man, it's such a fun group, and we get to. We always say this before the game, and I mention it after the game as well because. Special groups, you want to win a game to win, but I think the bigger thing with this group is we get a chance to practice today. Like the look on their faces when they came into practice, they were pumped. They were ready to go. We watched film, get on the floor. They want to get after it. So you get to practice together. You get to have another team meal together. You get to compete another night, and I think that's it's really special with this group.
Well, after the victory over Alton, it was interesting talking to them about kind of their approach. Every single one of them, up and down the line, was we knew Friday was there.
Yeah,
we knew what lied ahead. Though one of these 2 teams we were going to play on Friday night was going to be a revenge game.
Yeah,
but they didn't get caught looking ahead to that. They kept their focus on Alton. I think the same will hold true on Friday night.
Yep.
Instead of going, we could be in the Super on Monday, the focus will be on Friday night.
Yeah, you can't be in the Super if you're not taking care of your job come Friday night. So I think that's what a mature group does, right? A group that's been through it. We talked about it after the game on Tuesday. I don't think, if I was a betting man, I would put my money down on there not being another team in the state of Illinois who's been in as many games at our level right now, but has been in as many big games, regional championship games, sectional championship games than this group has the last 4 years.
True.
They've been in a lot of really big games, and they know what it takes. You know, this isn't a fresh group. That's something we said right before the Alton game was, listen, we've been here. We know what it takes. Heck, Collinsville High School is kind of like our home away from home. We've been here before. These guys haven't won a regional in how long?
Right.
You know, it's been forever, and they haven't played in a game like this in how long? So I thought we had that advantage going into that game, and you know, I thought our guys did a really good job with it.
5-0 in Virgil Fletcher Gym this year.
Yep.
Having won the Collinsville Prairie Farms Holiday Classic tournament title. I think figured it up 16-4 overall. You know, with a couple losses there in the tournament. But had been in the title game of the tournament 3 years in a row.
Yep.
What makes playing there? What makes your guys comfortable playing in that gym?
Well, I think the amount of games. Number one, I think success. Number two, makes it a little easier to go there when you win a Collinsville championship. You get to the championship a couple years prior to. You know, you've experienced that success there. You know, for us, especially this year after winning Collinsville, it's like, man, we like this gym. You know, it's good vibes.
And you've won a sectional there.
And we won a sectional there. It was really fun going back and watching. You know, I get a chance to, you know, dive into some film. It's like, okay, well, let's see what they did three years ago.
Yeah.
See if there was any differences, and got a chance to watch little skinny Brad Longcore running around on the floor. And, just crazy. It was crazy to watch. But yeah, man, a lot of success there. Guys are playing really well, so I really don't think that it matters with this group as much where we're playing. You know, it's just, hey, let's get after it and get ready to go.
It's funny to think that those guys were freshmen.
Yeah.
In that game, and now, I mean, they've been such a big part of your program for 4 years now.
Yeah.
But to think they were the little kids.
Yep.
Back then.
One of the biggest games we've had in Quincy High School in a long time, and they were a part of it as freshmen and found a way to beat. What were they? The number one or two, something like that at the time.
Yep.
You know, that says a lot. You know, I actually used that a couple times with our guys this year. It's like, listen, you remember how you guys were when you were freshmen? You play these number one team, number two team, how you attack that. You know, oh, they're number one, we're going to show them. They're number two, we're going to show them. Well, when we had that on our back, 1, 2, 3, whatever it was, you got to understand teams are going to come after you, and I thought they did a really good job handling it this year.
And you know Normal Community is going to come after you on Friday night.
Yeah, they will. I mean, this is a game where, we talked a little bit about, you know, would you rather, that question got brought up a lot. Would you rather face Normal or would you rather face Rock Island? Normal, like Rock Island is different because we just played them. We just lost. We split with them. That loss at the end of the season doesn't sit well with anybody, let alone the guys in the locker room. So, yeah, that would be motivation. But the other one's a little different because it's not the same guys, per se. There's a couple, but not the same guys. But it's the same school that's haunted us for 365 days with how that game ended and not being able to walk out of there winning. So it's a little different. So I can't say like, oh, the motivation is because of last year. I think the motivation comes in us knowing that it could be over at any moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the motivation, and that's why I think it's so important for us to verbalize that with each other of, hey, listen, we don't want this to be the last practice. We don't want this to be the last game that we play together. Heck, if we make it to the state tournament and win the state championship, there's going to be tears of sadness then too because we know that it's over.
Yeah.
And we know it's the last game that we're going to play with each other there. So, there's motivation in everything you do. You just got to find a way to, kind of get it to benefit you a little bit.
Well, and you can't ignore the chatter about the rematch from last year.
Right.
Like it's going to come up, whether it's media, family, friends, fans, it's going to come up. And these guys know that.
Yeah.
And I think they've, at least the way they talked on Tuesday night, they've adapted to that and handled that pretty well of, let's go.
Yeah. I look at, we talk a lot this year with our group about how losses, most of the time you learn more from losses. You learn more through failure. And we've experienced some of that this year with our group. and we've always found a way to get better because of it. And I think if you look at that last year's group, obviously the seniors, it's a little different because they're moving on, but they can still use that to benefit them in life outside
no question.
Of basketball. And those that are still playing, Camden, Ralph, they use that, when they're playing now. But for our group, it's looking at that and knowing that every possession matters. When you hear a coach say that, well, every play is under a microscope and every possession is going to matter. You got to do everything within that possession to get the best look, best shot. Well, now they know that. They know that. They've been able to put that forth in every game that we played this year, how possession-oriented it is when it gets into postseason time. And I think games like that when we played them 3 years ago, I think games like this really help build your team, mold your team, and we wouldn't be where we are without those type of games.
If you're going to gain an edge on Normal Community come Friday night, what do you have to do well?
Oh, man, I think it comes down to defense for our group. I really do. Coach Brown would, if he's watching this, he's probably laughing right now because he just got on me about how horrible my defense was back in the day, which I still think is a lie, but that's for another day. But I think defense is going to be – No. That's why I'm moving on. That's why I think defense is so big with our group because, one – it does win big games, and two, we're playing so well right now. I mean, you look at, whether it's O'Fallon, bits and pieces there, how we started against Belleville East. There was moments in the second half that we played really well, but then putting it all together against Alton and playing that 2 points in the second quarter and being able to build a lead. I think it all starts with how we play on the defensive end. Yeah, look at Milton Whitfield came out. Cam, when he was playing, was great. Dom Clay came out, arguably the best game he's played defensively in a long, long time. I mean,
correct.
Deflection after deflection, steal after steal. He's. I think what it is with him maybe is his brother is on the floor, and he's seeing how Rico, reads passes and gets steals and gets deflections. He's like, man, hold on. You have an opportunity to get dunks doing that. I'm going to try doing that a little bit, and he's been great.
And Rico's done a nice job of finishing some of those, whether it's dunk or a lay-in.
Right.
But he's done a nice job of finishing that, and I think that comes back to your guys, as much as they want to have fun with it, as much as they want to play above the rim, they also understand some of the moments, and they don't always just go up and go, okay, I'm going to go dunk it.
Right.
They're thinking it through and understanding, hey, I just got to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, you hear people say, especially after a missed dunk, it's, well, why don't they just lay it up? And it's like, that's not the mindset that they have going in, and that's not the mindset that I want them to have when they go attack it. When we say, hey, attack the rim, put pressure on the rim, that's putting pressure on the rim.
Yeah.
With the guys that they're going up against, if you go in with a little layup, some of those guys are jumping above the rim and taking it away. So, there is a time to lay it up, and Dom had that, last game where he could have probably went up and tried to dunk it, but he decided, wasn't on balance as much, laying in. We need every point out there. Unless you're up 20 and it's 30 seconds left and you get a steal and want to try a windmill that almost goes through the ceiling, we need every point that's out there.
Second quarter on Tuesday night, senior point guard Cameron Wires goes down with an ankle injury. Jumped to make a pass and landed on another player's foot. And you could see it on film, and he was in a lot of pain afterward. Left the gym on crutches. We do know he went to the doctor on Wednesday morning. X-rays were negative. It's not broken. But it's going to be tough for him to come back by Friday night.
There's no doubt. I mean, and this is the first time he sprained it. If you sprain it that first time, it's almost like, I've told the story when I did mine against Rocky we were getting ready to play in the Western Big Six Championship game, and I landed on mine, and I thought my leg fell off. It's the worst. It's the worst. But, he's doing everything we can. We're lucky to have Dr. Durkee and Gary there with him to get him. It wasn't just, all right, well, we'll get you when you get home. It was right away. They took him to the training room, started working on it, and he's going to do anything and everything he can to get back. And I think for him, it's just understanding, listen, he ended that play with an assist. Keyshawn got a three off of it,
made the three,
which is a really big play. But, now it's time for us to do him justice and go out there and play with you got a little more on our shoulders now. We're not just doing this just to get a win. We're doing this so we can give Cam another opportunity to get on the floor.
But just for clarification purposes, yes, you were a shooter first in high school, but you did play some defense.
Well, thank you.
So
thank you, RB.
Even as much grief as I give you at times, I can verify you did play some defense.
Yeah,
maybe not all the time.
Take that, RB. Take that.
Well, your guys are going to have to play defense Friday night.
Absolutely.
And again, they were as crisp Tuesday night as we've seen them in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's going to carry over.
Yeah, and defense is obviously a big piece of that, but offense is going to be big as well. I mean, we are very good and have a lot of weapons. When the ball's moving, guys are moving, and it's going to take that against a normal team. When you got 6'9", 6'10" in the middle of the floor, clogging up the paint, it's not just going to be straight line drives that are going to be finished against a guy like that. We didn't have that last year against their bigs. But we will get that when we move off of the basketball. When the ball's moving, we're making guys close out, and we're using our strengths to our advantage. Our quickness with the ball off the dribble, our vision on the floor. Keyshawn's one of the best. Obviously, Brad Longcore is one of the best that we have. And then putting 5 guys out there on the floor that are capable of knocking down shots around those guys. So it's going to take a lot. Obviously, you're playing games like this at this point in the season. You're going to need to play very good basketball, and we're really happy with how we're playing right now.
One of the most encouraging things I saw Tuesday night, they didn't settle for threes.
Yeah.
They didn't get three happy.
No, they didn't.
They took them in the flow of the offense, and maybe didn't make them a ton of them, but they didn't get three happy and go, okay, next time down I'm shooting another one. Next time down I'm shooting another one.
No.
That's a good sign.
It is, and it shows a little maturity that you're not settling in those situations. We kept telling them, listen, if we can just run our offense for 10 seconds, get one reversal, and we're going to get dang near any opportunity we want at the rim, whether it's inside or out. And I think we were 3 and 9 or something like that, so we didn't even shoot a whole lot for our standards anyway.
Yeah.
And there's going to be games. Coach Bonas mentioned this a while back to our guys, like, we have to be able to win in different ways every game when it gets to postseason. It could be, a slow it down game in the 30s. It could be a game that's just back and forth with the team. It could be a game that, you have to rely on your defense. It could be a game that you have to rely on threes or free throws or whatever. Do it in a variety of ways. And it was good to see, and for our group, that we didn't have to just settle for outside shots. We could work the offense and get good looks at the rim.
Well, you mentioned win any style that comes at you. The sectional that leads into the Redbird Arena Super, Downers Grove South beat Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
29-28.
Right.
Yeah, who would have thought that would have been the score of a game like that, especially a Bolingbrook team that's been able to put some points up.
Absolutely, yeah. You look at that score and say, oh, wait, but something's got to be up with that. But, no, you have to. I mean, you got to find different ways, and, you might run into teams that want to hold the ball and get you out of your rhythm, but that's a good thing about our group. We've won in a variety of fashions throughout the season this year, and hopefully we can continue that trend for a few more games.
So correct me if I'm wrong. After you won the regional title, it was some glazed salmon on the grill over the weekend.
Yeah.
If you win a sectional title, what does Chef Douglas have in mind for this weekend?
I'll tell you, it's not sausage and bacon. I smell like that right now. For breakfast, for dinner, I've stunk your office up here. But honestly, whatever the wife wants at that point, I mean, I can't. Whatever she wants, she'll get. Put it like that. As much as I joked around, I haven't been home for 5 months, but whatever she wants, she'll get. She really likes salmon, bourbon glazed salmon, so. Whipped up a little something there.
It looked good.
Yeah. No, it was all right. It was all right.
Good. Well, hey, man, thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the time, as always.
Thanks for all you do, my man.
And we'll see you at Virgil Fletcher Gym on Friday night.
Absolutely, man. Can't wait.
Awesome. That was Quincy High School boys basketball coach Andy Douglas joining us in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio, breaking down Friday night's Class 4A Collinsville Sectional Championship game. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the Class 3A Girls State Tournament on the other side of the commercial break. So stick around. This is Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit his head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table. This is Michael Libman, financial professional with the Prudential Insurance Company of America in Quincy. I still make house calls even with the internet and email. I feel it's important to really get to know you and your family's needs. Otherwise, how will I know what direction you need to take? Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
Michael Libman, financial professional. Call Michael today, 640-5446. He makes house calls.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Cam Point, Illinois.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
Biggest tool sale of the year is back. DeWalt Days at your local Farm and Home Supply. Evan, what should people know about?
The Bear Tool BOGO is back once again. Buy any Bear Tool, get a free 5 amp hour battery. Buy 2 of those Bear Tools, get 2 batteries and a charger. We also have a new BOGO going on with our new Power Stack 8 amp hour battery.
And you get 40% off all power tools, accessories, and hand tools. And if you spend $250 in DeWalt, we give you a $20 gift card for free in this. Saturday only, if you spend $25 in DeWalt, you get this bucket for free. All the details at farmandhomesupply.com.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Welcome back to Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman. Downtown Quincy Refreshment Services Pepsi Studio is where we are at. And we're talking prep basketball as we wrap up our final show of this 2024-25 season. We are down to 3 teams remaining in the postseason. From our coverage area, the Quincy Notre Dame girls will be playing in the Class 3A state tournament on Thursday, and with a semifinal matchup against Lombard Montini. Quincy High School boys, which we just broke it down with with Blue Devils coach Andy Douglas, they will be playing Normal Community in Friday night's Class 4A Collinsville sectional championship game. And then the Canton boys on the Missouri side in Class 2 will be taking on Harrisburg Friday night in the state quarterfinals. And we're going to talk to Canton coach Dalton Armantrout here a little later. But right now, we're going to head to the Hess Auto Hotline to talk more about the Class 3A Girls State Tournament with Raider Sports Network, or Raider play-by-play announcer, the voice of the Raiders, Eric Irvin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us. You are headed to Redbird Arena on Thursday to call the Quincy Notre Dame girls game against Lombard Montini. How much do you enjoy Redbird Arena?
I love it. I mean, I've done so many games there over the years, whether as a broadcaster or, in some cases, attending as a fan. It's a great location. It's a great venue, and just so many great memories there. And it's almost kind of like going back home, quite honestly.
We've been there quite a few times. I was trying to remember. I remember the first state tournament game I covered there was 1999 with the Terry Ward-led Raiders, played in the state tournament. And
I covered that game on the radio.
And I believe I was sitting didn't we sit right there on press row next to each other?
We did, right next to each other.
So
yeah, absolutely. Still trying to figure out how that Notre Dame team didn't win a trophy.
Yeah, again. But they've won a lot of trophies since.
They definitely have. They definitely have. And I'll tell you what, it never gets old. I know Eric Orne would tell you that. The fans would tell you that. It never gets old.
When you've covered this team all year, you've broadcasted as part of your duties with the Raider Sports Network. You've had the opportunity to be at their games, especially all their postseason games.
Yep.
Why has this team been able to get to the state tournament?
I was talking to somebody about this today, as a matter of fact, and this is not Eric Orne's most talented team, but they might be the most gritty. They've just got a mindset that when they walk on the floor, they can play with anybody. They've got great leadership. You've got an all-state caliber player in Sage Stratton, but I think more importantly, you've got a college level point guard in Eric Bueller, and they just have that mentality of, look, we can play with any team. We're going to go out on the floor. We're going to win, and they just find ways. They find ways to pull it off. And I mean, you look at, 3 of their last 4 games. I mean, Springfield, MacArthur, and then, the other night with Mount Vernon. I mean, my gosh, those are just absolute wars. And, here's Notre Dame finding a way to win each one of them.
I thought the thing that maybe impressed me the most on Monday night against Mount Vernon was the composure down the stretch. It's not surprising based on how many games and how many big games this group has played in over the years. But when it came to shooting free throws, it was like, okay, we've been here before, let's do it. And they stepped to the line, knocked them down, played defense. And it was like nobody flinched at all at any one of those moments.
You're absolutely right, Matt. And this is a team that, as a whole, has only shot about 62% on the season from the line. They haven't been great. They've been a little bit above average maybe. But yet you look at some of their big games, the Springfield game in the fourth quarter, they were 17-20. The other night against Mount Vernon, Eric Bueller hits 4 out of 4. Sage Stratton, 2 out of 2. Mm-hmm. Tristan Pieper, 2 out of 2. I mean, they just, in big moments, they seem to step up and find a way.
What do you, in your role as the voice of the Raiders, what do you enjoy most about doing these games?
I think more than anything, I do both boys and girls, and I've done boys for 30-some years, and I've loved pretty much every minute of it. But there's just something about this girls program, and it's infectious, and I mean that in a sense that I love the way they work, I love the way they play, the way they approach things, and they just seem to have fun out on the court. You and I both covered enough teams over the years that you can tell there's some teams that it's almost a job. And you watch these girls and they're having fun. They're enjoying each other's company. They enjoy what they do. And they're just, like I said, it's just a fun, enjoyable experience. And Sage Stratton, I mean, I enjoy watching all the girls, but I've told her dad, Jason, this, and I'd tell anybody this. Sage Stratton is on my Mount Rushmore of favorite high school players. And I'm not saying Sage Stratton is the best player I've ever seen. I mean, she's awfully good, don't get me wrong, but, no one's no one's going to compare Sage to Jordan Ferricks or Abby Schreck yet. I mean, those are both big-time Division I players, or Ruth Kipping. But as far as watching a player play, there are very few that I've enjoyed more over the years than her.
Okay, if you have a Mount Rushmore of favorite players, your favorite players to watch. Again, this isn't the 4 best that have played here or anything. These are the ones Eric Irvin has enjoyed watching the most. Sage Stratton's on there. Who are the other 3?
Well, Sage Stratton is certainly on there. No question, Abby Schreck is on there. I absolutely loved Kristen Gingenbacher. I mean, I know, Jordan Ferricks and Cassidy got a lot of the publicity on those teams, as they well should, but Kristen Gingenbacher was always one of my favorites. And then somebody that I truly enjoyed watching, going back a little ways, but Sarah Leeson. I just again loved the way she played and the way she approached the game.
And again, this would be a fun debate for, like, if you got a whole bunch of people that have been around that program for a lot of years, because I think you could take it. There could easily be another 4, and you'd sit there and go, "Wow, she was really good. She was really good." You could just go up and down the line, and everybody could have 4 different, and you could have multiple Mount Rushmores where everybody went, "Wow, that would be one heck of a team."
Absolutely. And it's hard to pick just 4 because, like I said, I've enjoyed it so much covering them and following them over the years. And, my wife, Marianne has been with me on these road trips. I mean, we were following the QND girls long before I ever started really covering them on the air. I mean, did a game here or there, a postseason here or there, but really wasn't until when they went and played in 2008 in the Class 3A tournament when I started regularly broadcasting, QND in the postseason. And, like I said, there's so many I could pick out but those are 4 that come to mind that I just truly enjoy.
Well, you made a comment that made me think of your wife, Marianne, and you said it's kind of infectious how you're around the program and you get to know them and it just makes you want to watch them more and go on the road and see them. That's your wife to a T. Because she hadn't been around them a ton, like the way we had at one point in time.
Right.
And then the more she was around them, next thing you know, she's taking care of the basketballs at home games. And I mean, she immersed herself in it just as much as you have.
Absolutely has. And I mean, she truly is a super fan. I mean, she doesn't miss a game. She can tell you as much about these teams over the years as I probably can. And the other night, at Taylorville, I was sitting down on the floor. You saw I was sitting, and right behind me there was Marianne. I could hear her cheering the whole game, and she just again she loves the same reason I do. She just loves following them.
And her days of driving Miss Daisy are over, correct?
The eyes are good. Yeah, the surgery was a success. We're able to see now, and it makes it nice. I can actually do the games the way I want to do them, and call the players the way I want to call them. And it's been an enjoyable last month since I've been able to see again.
Well, I know you've had the eye issues, and it made it tough to do your job. But you were a trooper through it all, and were there. You weren't going to miss if you didn't have to.
No, I didn't miss a game. I mean, I got to throw out thank yous. I mean, Ben Marth stepped up and helped out quite a bit, and Chad Dusterhouse stept up and helped out, and of course my wife stepped up and helped out. She did some stuff on the air with me, and we got through it. And that was my goal, was not to miss any games and to be able to call it the way I wanted to. And I appreciate all those people who were part of that. And and I can't say enough about Notre Dame. They've given me an opportunity. I thought 2 years ago I was done when I called it quits with the radio, and I really did. I thought I was finished.
Right.
30 years was enough. And Bill Cannell and Kurt Stuckman came to me and said, "Hey, we've got an idea. What do you think?" And it kind of went from, would you be willing to help out, to can you do the games? And when I thought at the time, I thought, well, I'll do the boys and maybe some girls or vice versa, but done them all, for the last 2 seasons, done just about every game for both teams, and wouldn't trade it. Love it.
Well, you've done a great job. I know the fans of Quincy Notre Dame have appreciated that near and far. So it's been a nice thing to see come about, and especially for you. And I look forward to hearing your take on things this weekend from Redbird Arena.
I'm looking forward to it. It's not going to be easy, especially tomorrow night. I mean, you're talking two of the most storied girls programs in Illinois history. I mean, Montini has 12 Final Four appearances. Right. Notre Dame's making their 13th. Notre Dame's got 6 state titles. Montini's got 4.
Right.
I mean, this should be a fantastic matchup.
Well, be safe on the road to Redbird, and have a great call and enjoy the moment.
Well, I appreciate it. And by the way, congratulations to you and all the folks down there. I saw you guys won some awards from the Associated Press. That's fantastic. Well deserved.
Thank you. Appreciate that, my man. So, all right.
Well, have a good one.
You too. We will talk again soon.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Thanks, buddy. That was Eric Irvin, the voice of the Raiders for the Raider Broadcast Network. He will be at Redbird Arena on Thursday for Quincy Notre Dame's state semifinal matchup with Lombard Montini. That game tips at around 8:15. He will have a call there on the Raider Sport QND live.org if you want to find it on there to hear his call of what's going on with the QND girls basketball team. We are going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Canton boys basketball team. So stick around. This is Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on a bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit his head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Biggest tool sale of the year is back. DeWalt Days at your local Farm and Home Supply. Evan, what should people know about?
The Bear Tool BOGO is back once again. Buy any Bear Tool, get a free 5-amp hour battery. Buy 2 of those Bear Tools, get 2 batteries and a charger. We also have a new BOGO going on with our new Power Stack 8-amp hour battery.
And you get 40% off all power tools, accessories, and hand tools. And if you spend $250 in DeWalt, we give you a $20 gift card for free in this. Saturday only, if you spend $25 in DeWalt, you get this bucket for free. All the details at farmandhomesupply.com.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Muddy Night Hoops is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Hey, grab me one too.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships? It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Welcome back to Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. We're working on some technical difficulties, trying to get Dalton Armantrout on the phone to talk with us about the Canton boys basketball team. We're getting close. We are having some connection issues. Why do the gremlins happen when you don't want them to? It's just part of life, isn't it? But we are going to get him on the phone and talk to him about the state quarterfinal matchup with Harrisburg coming up Friday night at 7 o'clock. So thanks for bearing with us. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, right here in downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. We've had a great time tonight talking postseason hoops.
Hello, Coach.
Talking with
okay, hold on
Quincy Notre Dame coach Eric Orne, Quincy High School coach Andy Douglas, and then Eric Irvin of the Raider Broadcast Network. All of those segments brought to you by McCleary Law, which all season long has brought us the QHS and Q&D updates. Really appreciate their sponsorship and them being a part of Muddy Night Hoops. I think we've got our connection restored. So we're going to head to the Hess Auto Hotline and break it down with Dalton Armantrout, the Canton boys basketball coach. Coach, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hey, dude, the gremlins have happened multiple times this year. That's the way it is. But here's the beautiful thing. No matter what little things that go wrong, you get to play Friday night.
Yes.
So we really appreciate you taking time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we appreciate you taking time to join us. So how excited are you and your guys about the chance to move on to the state quarterfinals on Friday?
Yeah, very excited. We've been waiting. We've been to the sectional game the last 2 years and, got beat. Came ready to play on Monday night and beat a good Clopton squad 69-37. It was one of those games where our defense was probably our best offense, and we turned them over more than 15 times, and that led to transition layups. And we just didn't look back, and ready for Harrisburg on Friday.
How much of an advantage? Now that game will be in Canton, 7 o'clock start. How much of an advantage? How much of an advantage is it having that game at home?
Well, in high school we used to drive to Harrisburg from Centralia, so it was not the best drive I can imagine going from Canton to Harrisburg. So, big time advantage. They got to come to our place again. Friday night basketball, quarterfinal trip to the Final Four in the line. It's going to be rocking. The boys are ready to go, and we're looking forward to it.
You talked about defense and forcing turnovers. Is that the best thing you guys did against Clopton on Monday night?
Yeah, we took away their best player. I think he had probably 12, I think. He usually averaged about 18. He only had 12, but the other guys didn't really score too much. A lot of our guys, team effort, a lot of our guys came up big, a lot of deflections, won the rebound battle. We took good shots. We did everything. We played a 4-quarter basketball game, and that was – and it led to a 69-37 victory over the Clopton squad.
How do you replicate that come Friday night?
Well, I know Harrisburg has a good kid in the Combs kid, and they got a lot of good shooters around them. We've been in this situation before. We faced a good Schuyler County team for the district title. They got a lot of the same stuff. And then we faced a good squad on Monday who have good shooters around. We just gotta communicate. It's gonna come down to heart who wants it, and I think our boys are ready to go.
A lot of people will look at you guys and talk about Preston Brewer, but it's the pieces around him that have really solidified what you guys have been able to do. How impressed have you been about how your role players have stepped into those roles and taken on those roles with gusto?
They stepped up huge. I think Schuyler County, we had 3 people in double figures, and Monday night we had 4 people in double figures. We kind of changed the starting lineup, and Drew Gottman has come in and played an outstanding in the last 2 games, scored in double figures, guarded the best player, defended well. And then, you know, when other guys contribute, that gives Preston one-on-one matchups down low or on the outside. And, you know, Preston only had, you know, I talked to some Clopton people and they said, well, we held Preston to 22 points. I thought we could, if we held Preston to 22 points, we could probably win. But the other guys stepped up. I was like, yeah, we've been talking about that all year, and they're finally doing it at the right time. And we're playing good basketball, and it's coming at the most perfect time.
In some of the conversations I've had with Preston, he's talked about how this group has really gelled together and how those guys communicate well together and play off each other. Do you see that every day in practice?
Yeah, I saw it today, actually. You know, they ran like a 5-out, and, you know, it was just all flow. They knew where each other were. You know, they've been playing together since second grade, and, you know, it looked good, and we're excited. These Thursday's going to go by so slow. We're just ready to get the game going on Friday and ready for the community to come together and hopefully get a victory and head to Mizzou Arena next week.
That would be awesome. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking time to join us tonight. Yeah. Good luck on Friday night, and we'll have somebody there to have full coverage of it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, Dalton.
All right. Thank you.
That was Canton boys basketball coach Dalton Armantrout joining us on the Hess Auto Hotline, breaking down the upcoming Class II state quarterfinal matchup. The Tigers will take on Harrisburg at 7 o'clock Friday night at Canton High School. One of my favorite gyms. Love that gym. Love the way the setup of that gym. I got a feeling it's going to be really, really loud in there on Friday night. I think you're going to have a packed house. And again, we will have complete coverage at muddyriversports.com. So make sure you check that out over the weekend. And we'll see if the Tigers can get take one more step and get to Mizzou Arena and a Final Four appearance. So again, that game is at 7 o'clock Friday night. The Blue Devils play at 7 o'clock Friday night. And we will have the Raiders, the QND girls, either playing for third place on Friday night or for state championship on Saturday night. So a lot to look forward to this weekend. And a lot still more to get to here on our final episode of the season of Muddy Night Hoops powered by Farm and Home Supply. So we are going to take a commercial break. Make sure you stick around. Starry Star of the Week is next.
Muddy Night Hoops is also brought to you by Town & Country Inn and Nationwide Transportation.
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Cam Point, Illinois.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
Kitchen and Bath Gallery of Quincy. Trained craftsmen and expert contractors with friendly professional service. Our design team helps with every step of the process, guiding you from a vision to reality with uncompromised service. Trust your home to the local experts. Get a free quote today. From concept to creation, Kitchen and Bath create remarkable spaces and innovative builds. Kitchen and Bath Gallery, your home reimagined.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table. This is Michael Libman, financial professional with the Prudential Insurance Company of America in Quincy. I still make house calls even with the internet and email. I feel it's important to really get to know you and your family's needs. Otherwise, how will I know what direction you need to take? Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
Michael Libman, financial professional. Call Michael today, 640-5446. He makes house calls.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary healthcare. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Welcome back to Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. It's been a fun, this is week 10 for us of doing the prep basketball show. And each week, thanks to our friends at Refreshment Services Pepsi, we've been able to name a Starry Star of the Week. And we've had a different player all 9 weeks. A lot of fantastic performances, week in and week out. It's never been an easy choice because we've had a lot of kids who have had great seasons. And again, and by no means are we trying to overlook anybody or that. We're trying to highlight some of the best performances we've seen throughout the prep basketball season. And so we are going to present our last Starry Star of the Week, presented by Refreshment Services Pepsi. And this week it goes to a junior guard who has powered her team to the state Final Four. And she did so Monday night with an impressive performance. Not only did Eric Bueller set the pace and the tempo and keep the Quincy Notre Dame offense running, she was dynamite defensively, deflecting balls, creating havoc, forcing turnovers. But then at the end, when they needed her to, she made several big plays, including a floater in the lane when Quincy Notre Dame needed a bucket for a little bit of separation. And then she stepped to the free throw line and hit 4 consecutive free throws in the final 90 seconds. Especially looking back at what had happened a year earlier. In the sectional championship as a sophomore, she was fouled with 0.8 of a second left against Chatham Glenwood. Down 2, makes both free throws. If they tie the game and go to overtime. She made the first, she missed the second. QND lost by a point. She said that went through her mind a little bit when she got fouled on Monday night against Mount Vernon. You would have never known it. She stepped to the line. She buried the shots. And they were pure. The dead center perfect. All 4 of her free throws. Nothing but net. It was impressive. It was impressive, her composure, her growth, her maturity, and the way she handled herself. Kudos to Eric Bueller for putting those demons behind, for stepping up and making plays. And now her and her teammates get to go experience Redbird Arena for once again. This is the 3rd time in 4 years, second time for her and her junior class to be a part of this. And the Raiders will play Lombard Montini at 8:15 Thursday night in the Class 3A state semifinals at Redbird Arena on the Illinois State University campus. We will have complete coverage at MuddyRiverSports.com. But Eric Bueller, junior guard from Quincy Notre Dame, she is our Starry Star of the Week for the final week of Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. So congrats to her. Congrats to the Raiders for making it to the state tournament. Who knows? We have 2 more chances to get teams to the state tournament with Quincy High School boys and Canton boys both playing Friday night for the opportunity to move on. Canton in the state quarterfinals. Quincy High School in the sectional championship. Quincy High School will have to play Monday night in the super sectional. Should it win Friday night, they'd have to go to Monday in the super sectional at Redbird Arena to advance to the Final Four. So still 2 more chances. in what has been a very entertaining and very fun prep basketball season. So we're going to take a break after announcing our Starry Star of the Week. When we come back, we'll give you some more updates. We do have a final from North Green in sectional play on what Brown County did tonight. So we'll give you all updates on that. So stick around. This is Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
So what separates us most from all the other dealerships? It's the Toyota brand itself.
Once they buy a Toyota, they never buy anything else. #1 vehicle on the market, the best sedan on the market, some of the best reliable trucks on the market. And our main goal here is to try and get our customers the best payment possible.
We know the process and we pass that along to you.
We're simply looking to buy vehicles off the street.
And we want all makes and models of vehicles.
And you don't even have to buy anything in return. We'll just simply purchase it from you.
We can purchase a vehicle in 10 or 15 minutes or less.
Hey, grab me one too.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
Biggest tool sale of the year is back. DeWalt Days at your local Farm Home Supply. Evan, what should people know about?
The Bear Tool BOGO is back once again. Buy any Bear Tool, get a free 5-amp hour battery. Buy 2 of those Bear Tools, get 2 batteries and a charger. We also have a new BOGO going on with our new Power Stack 8-amp hour battery.
And you get 40% off all power tools, accessories, and hand tools. And if you spend $250 in DeWalt, we give you a $20 gift card for free in this. Saturday only, if you spend $25 in DeWalt, you get this bucket for free. All the details at farmandhomesupply.com.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Welcome back to Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. It's been an eventful night talking prep basketball. It's been an eventful postseason. Unfortunately for one of our area teams, their postseason run ended tonight. The Brown County boys basketball team, playing in the Class 1A North Green sectional, suffered a 59-40 loss to Metro East Lutheran out of Edwardsville. Brown County finished with 24 wins this season. A very young roster. I know Maverick Henry is senior, Tanner Seitz is senior. Were great leaders for that group. Maverick Henry, who's had a lot of success in all 3 sports in his high school career. Fantastic leader for this young squad. Jeff Bottorff, the Hornets head coach, and I had talked about that on multiple occasions. And he really did a great job of taking a very young team and providing some stability from somebody whose voice needed to be heard because of all he's been through. I mean, here's a kid who played on a state title or a state tournament baseball team as a true freshman and has been around a lot of wins in all three sports in his high school career. But with that said, the future for Brown County is incredibly bright. A lot of young talent, a lot of kids ready to make their mark. So don't be surprised if you see Brown County's name pop up as a team to beat in the regional, in the sectional, and maybe even beyond in the years to come. So again, a 59-40 loss to Metro East Lutheran out of Edwardsville tonight, but no reason for the Hornets to hang their heads over anything. So again, that was our one sectional game we had being played tonight. We've had you updated throughout. The postseason scoreboard on our website, muddyriversports.com, has been updated throughout. You can go and check all the scores and see how all the regionals and sectionals have played out involving our area teams. So you can check all that out online. We will have complete coverage. Shane Holsey of our staff was in Whitehall tonight for the North Green sectional semifinals. So he will have a story and photos coming up tomorrow. I will have stories on Quincy University's postseason honors. We'll have previews of Quincy Notre Dame's trip to the state tournament. And then I'm working on a feature. It'll either drop sometime Thursday afternoon and maybe Friday morning on Quincy University's Taya Stevenson, a guard on a team that has done incredibly good things this season. But she's got a unique story. She's from Australia. How she ended up here is an interesting story. And then some of the setbacks that she had to overcome. Pretty impressive that she's been able to be such a role player for the Hawks. So we got that coming up. And then we've got complete coverage of Quincy Notre Dame's trip to the Class 3A state tournament. Quincy High School boys playing in the Collinsville sectional championship game on Friday night, as well as the Canton boys playing in the Class 2 state quarterfinals. So we'll have complete coverage of all that coming up in the days ahead. And who knows, maybe next week we've got two teams playing in state tournaments. So we could have a lot going on and a lot of fun things to do. We are going to take one more break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.
Looking for a new hangout or a place to eat? Gabe welcomes you to the Silver Dollar. Delicious menu options, daily lunch and drink specials, and 6 gambling machines. Come hang out on the patio with friends at the Silver Dollar, 7403 Broadway. Gaming and grill up on the hill. Silver Dollar.
We believe that accessing care close to home is better for you and better for your family. For 120 years, Hannibal Regional has been committed to providing community-based, contemporary health care. From state-of-the-art surgical care to innovative cancer care, and now life-saving open-heart surgery. We are dedicated to expanding access to exceptional care in each of the communities we serve. Hannibal Regional, why go anywhere else?
When you're shopping at the grocery store, do you ever wonder where your beef comes from? Here at Jersey's, we do not. We know all of our beef comes directly from GJY Beef Company in Brown County. We know that these cattle are born and raised right here in our own backyard. So next time that you're looking for a juicy burger, ribeye sandwich, or mouth-watering steak, look no further than GJY Beef Company and Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Cam Point, Illinois.
At 3D Windows and Siding, we don't have the huge overhead of a showroom, and that means we pass the savings on to you. Instead, we bring the showroom to you, offering a personalized experience right at your doorstep. With high-quality products at affordable prices, you get the best value without compromising on quality or service. We take pride in using some of the best products on the market, all backed by lifetime warranties. Our communication from start to finish leaves you with a smooth and hassle-free experience. Call 3D Windows and Siding today for your free consultation.
Tri-City Sports Screen Printing has everything you need to show off your school spirit and rep your team, or rep your business. We work closely with every customer to ensure each design looks great and is ready on time. Whether it's on the field, court, or in the office, let Tri-City Sports outfit your team this season. Visit us online at tricitysports.com or stop by our location at 535 Main Street, Quincy.
If you've been in a motor vehicle accident, contact McCleary Law.
There was nowhere to go. We were on the bridge.
All of a sudden, a guy started going over in our lane and hit us head on.
I couldn't even breathe. It was just unbelievable that it even happened.
We needed to get a hold of an attorney, and our first thoughts was to get a hold of Dan McCleary. Everything's pretty easy when you deal with Dan.
He got us way more than we expected to get.
We don't charge anything until we win your case. Call McCleary Law.
Hi, I'm Rory O'Donnell with the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home. As a Quincy University alum, I understand the impact a local business has on area athletics. That is why the O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home takes pride in supporting local athletic teams. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this season. The O'Donnell Cooks and Life Celebration Home of Quincy, supporting local athletics for 5 generations.
Welcome back to Monday Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, coming to you from downtown Quincy in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio. A lot of thank yous need to be thrown out tonight. We started this idea of doing a weekly wrap-up show during football season. We called it Monday Night Lights. It got off the ground in week 1 last fall and was a fun adventure. Things went so well, we decided to bring it to basketball. We started it right at the end of the holiday tournaments on December 30th and carried it through tonight. 10 straight weeks of bringing you every Monday night, or most Monday nights, and this week we moved it to Wednesday because of everything going on in the postseason. What we hope was an entertaining trip through the prep basketball scene. I always enjoyed chatting with the coaches and the players. Can't thank them enough for taking the time to join us each and every week. The cool thing is the players wanted to be interviewed and be involved, and I think that's something we're going to carry forward as we move forward with this, and we bring you something different again next year. Hopefully we're doing something similar to this come next fall with football kicks off again. We can't thank enough our sponsors here for Muddy Night Hoops. McCleary Law, bringing you the QHS and Q&D updates. Schottenkirk Toyota, all of our graphics, our schedule graphics, our scoreboards. Anytime we wanted to throw something up on the screen, Schottenkirk Toyota made sure we were able to do that. Fantastic effort by them. Hess Auto, bringing you the Hess Auto hotline, and we used it a ton. We used it tonight 3 different times. We had Eric Orne, the Quincy Notre Dame girls basketball coach. We had Eric Irvin, the voice of the Raiders for the Raider Broadcast Network, and Dalton Armantrout, the Canton boys basketball coach, all joined us on the Hess Auto hotline. We also had Andy Douglas, the Quincy High School coach, join us here in studio in the Refreshment Services Pepsi studio, which has been cool that the coaches and players have wanted to come in and sit in with us, and we hope to make that more consistent in the future. And then Farm and Home Supply for being the title sponsor all school year long. It's been a blast. It's hard to believe we're down to the last week and a half of the high school basketball season on both sides of the river. But again, it's been can't thank all the coaches and athletes and sponsors and everyone enough for helping us bring this to you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Man, it's been a fun basketball season. I hope we're back doing this again in the fall when football kicks off because we like communicating with you. We like connecting with you, our readers and listeners, and we hope we're bringing you something different, something that you enjoy. Let us know. Reach out to us anytime. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you'd like to see, and who knows? Maybe we'll make some adjustments as time goes on and bring you everything we want. But make sure you stick with us. Make sure you go to muddyriversports.com, where we're going to provide you the best coverage we possibly can of all the teams remaining in the postseason. And again, Quincy Notre Dame girls playing in the state Final Four, 8:15 Thursday night against Lombard Montini in the semifinal matchup. They'll play for either third place on Friday night or a state championship at 6 o'clock Saturday. We will be there. We will have complete coverage. The same goes for Quincy High School and Canton. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the remainder of the postseason. And thanks for being a part of this. I'm Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman, and this has been another episode of Muddy Night Hoops, powered by Farm and Home Supply.